How y'all doing? This is Keith with East Coast Palomino Collectors Association. Today we're showing the newest tool to our arsenal. This is Vapor Home Technologies VH8000 fully loaded. This thing is turbocharged, supercharged, and runs on nitrous. If you're doing any kind of motorcycle, car, any kind of parts that are aluminum, brass, copper, anything like that, this is the way to go. This is the only way to go. So it's got its own little windshield wiper up in here. That right there, that's the pressure for the nitrous oxide to make the windshield wiper go a little bit faster if you want it to go faster. Kind of like a sandblasting cabinet, only it's not made out of steel. You don't want a steel cabinet. You get a steel cabinet and then you can get rust in there. Rust will impregnate into the parts that you're trying to clean, and you don't want that. Let me show you some of the stuff that I've cleaned up just playing around with. Pay no attention to how dirty the shop is. You know, a clean shop means you're not doing anything. So right here we got a few different parts. These are Rupp turbine wheels for go-karts. These things looked horrible when we started. These are aluminum, cast aluminum. That's what one of these bad jokers can look like when you're done. This is gas pump nozzle. This thing's been laying around for about 30 years. It's aluminum, brass, got some copper in there. This is a brand new red aluminum anodized sprocket for a go-kart. So I couldn't find blue, and so I figured I'd buy red. I tried to vapor hone them, so I vapor honed the anodize off. That's the vapor hone part, which doesn't look too bad. It's a little dingy because I polished this to see what it would look like. So it's got a little bit of polishing compound on it. But that's about 30 seconds on the polishing wheel after vapor hone. There's no sanding or anything like that. This is an ashtray. I figured let's try different kinds of metals. Kind of a cool little ashtray. I mean, this is back in the day when you used to be able to smoke in the hospitals while your kid's being delivered, and the ashtray would sit right on the mom's forehead. So, pretty good. Here's another one, but look at the detail inside this ashtray. That's hand scraped. The vapor hone doesn't hurt any of that. If you try to glass bead that or sandblast it, all that's gone. The vapor hone doesn't hurt any of that. So all the intricate details are all still there. This is a Honda carburetor off of a 2000 Honda mini bike. It doesn't look too bad, but you turn it over, look at that. I didn't take this apart. This is a junk carburetor because I already had a new one before I got the vapor hone. But it doesn't hurt the brass, doesn't hurt the O-ring, and that plastic handle for the choke actually looks better than before we started vapor honing. Here's a bottom stuffer for a Westbend 820. So if you look on the right, this is a brand new stuffer, never been used, motor's never been run. The right is the natural finish that comes. The left is vapor honed. That's what I'm talking about. Here's another stuffer. This is a top stuffer for a Westbend 820. This is a vintage one. This one's from the 60s. This is actually magnesium. So those of y'all that know anything about magnesium know that you can't chemically strip them. You sandblast them. You try to tumble them. It doesn't work out. But look at the shine that the vapor hone put on that. That's magnesium. I couldn't find any other way to get that clean. This is an old carburetor adapter that's been kicking around my shop since like the 1970s. Turned out pretty good. Obviously, I haven't needed it. This is a head for the very first Honda motorcycle I ever restored. 1971 Honda Z50. The head's no good, but I did this to show how good the vapor hone cleans. I just put some duct tape on there for the line. That's why you see the line in all these parts, you know, the before and after. But look down inside them fins. Try getting that with a wire brush. You can't do it. It's a Turbo 400 tail shaft from the 70s. Look at that. When it was brand new, it didn't look that good. This doesn't hurt any of the bronze or any of the copper. The red on it isn't blood. That's just paint from this thing being kicked around the shop. This is the rear part of the alternator that's been laying behind my shop for about 6 years now. Look at that. That's aluminum powder. You hear that? You don't even hear it where it's vapor honed. And probably the most impressive thing is this Edelbrock intake. Look at how crusty this thing is. This has been laying around my shop for many years, and before that it was in a junkyard. I put some purple power on it, and I hit it with a pressure washer just to get the grease off, because I don't want to put grease in my new machine. But look at that. Look at the texture. That's all, man. Edelbrock would freak out. This looks better than when these things are new. I've got new intakes that don't look this good. So maybe Edelbrock needs to step up and start vapor honing stuff before they send it out. The vapor honing is just water, a very fine bead that's almost like powder. I mean, it feels like Comet. But the main reason I got this vapor hone is I'm now into doing little motorcycles and stuff like this. This whole engine, other than the steel jug, all the aluminum parts, the cases are going to be split, everything. It's going to be cleaned up, vapor honed, and then, you know, it's going to be the envy of all the other people in the neighborhood. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll do another video where we start using the actual vapor hone. So I actually named this vapor hone. This is Darth Vapor. So don't anybody try to take that name, because it's already taken. Darth Vapor. The vapor hone. Thank you very much, Vapor Hone Technologies. Y'all have a great day. If you like it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Have a good night.